On 26th of October 2022, 6 school children were diagnosed with a deadly Ebola virus disease. According to the World Health Organization, children who contract Ebola stand at a higher risk of succumbing to the disease compared to adults. By 4th November 2022, at least 23 Ebola cases were registered in 5 schools in Kampala, Wakiso and Mubende districts. 8 children have since lost their lives to Ebola while 11 others have recovered. The 23 cases include learners in pre-primary and primary schools.
One child in a baby class was stable and recovered. One in primary 6, unfortunately the child died. While 3 children, one was in P2, another in P4 and P7, they were all in stable condition by the time this report was compiled.
At the end of October 2022, Minister of Health Dr. Jane Ruth Acheng proposed a raft of recommendations to stop the further spread of Ebola in schools, including the possibility of cutting short the 3rd school term. This proposal was subsequently presented to Cabinet and approved. Now, the Minister of Education and Sports, Kataaha Museveni, has directed all pre-primary, primary and secondary schools countrywide to close for the 3rd term by the 25th of November 2022. 2 weeks than earlier planned. The 2022-2023 schools and other institutions calendar earlier issued by the ministry had indicated that the 3rd term would close on the 9th of December 2022. The Education Ministry believes that this measure will lead to decongestion and decrease the exposure of children in schools to Ebola. Schools have also been directed to bring forward the promotional end-of-term examinations.
The schools will be required to conduct final and progressive promotional examination a little bit earlier, effective from next week. The Ministry of Health will issue guidelines on a safe return of learners to their home in the districts of Mubende and Kataaha district.
Early closure will deal yet another blow to the effective delivery of the school curriculum in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, where schools were closed for about 2 years. School administrations and teachers of pre-primary, primary and secondary schools will have to make further adjustments to cover the 2-week gap in the original 14-week school calendar, which had already been constrained by the COVID-19 lockdowns. NTV sampled reactions from some teachers.
Much of the syllabus has been covered. If there are any things, there are just very few things that have not been covered. The only challenge that we see ahead of us is that the plan of examinations, since it still had some good time, the persons that prepare the examinations may not bring the exams right in time.
But considering that previously our terms used to be 12 weeks, and we've now been we were having 14 weeks, so reducing them to 12 will affect us, but not as much as it would if it were 12 weeks.
Annette Birungi, a mother of 4 children, believes the learners should have been allowed to complete the 14-week term.
The school fees is going to go up to December. Now when you bring back our children, you're not going even to refund us. You know very well we've been suffering all that we have faced previously in COVID.
State Minister for Primary Education Dr. Joyce Muriku-Kaduchu assured parents that their children will not lose much by returning home 2 weeks earlier than expected.
That 2 weeks in the previous years, the teachers used for marking and the children are waiting. Let the children go home. But the children will get report card at a later time.
The Education Ministry also urged parents to make the home safe for the learners that will return home on Friday the 25th of November 2022. NTV Tonight, Rita Kanyamujuni.